In the wild world of big cats, there are three names we usually hear: the tiger, the lion, and the jaguar. These predators dominate their respective territories and have long been viewed as the pinnacle of feline power. But hidden in the fossil record lies a far greater force, an ancient cat that dwarfs them all in size and strength. This was not a myth or a legend. It was real. It was the American lion. This was no ordinary predator. It stood as the largest feline to ever roam the earth, with some individuals outweighing even adult brown bears. Compared to today's lions, it wasn't just bigger. It was in a different league entirely. What modern big cats achieve in speed, strength, or ferocity, this creature matched and then surpassed. The tale of this prehistoric giant begins in the muggy swamps and woodlands of early 19th century Mississippi. Here, early paleontologists stumbled upon a set of large feline skull fragments. At the time, these bones were so poorly understood that scientists classified the creature under the genus Felis, assuming it was merely an unusually large domestic cat. But that assumption would soon be overturned as the story unfolded. As more bones began to surface, more massive, more distinct, and far more ancient, the scientific community took notice. The animal's true proportions couldn't be ignored. These weren't the remains of a house cat gone wild. They belonged to something far more extraordinary. The fossil's features aligned more closely with those of the great roaring cats, members of the genus Panthera, which includes lions, tigers, leopards, and jaguars. Thus, the species was reclassified as Panthera Atrox, leading to its popular nickname, the American lion. But science never stays still. With time, more evidence came to light, and deeper anatomical studies revealed key differences between this ancient beast and the African lion. For one, the American lion had a thicker build, longer limbs, and no clear evidence of a mane in males, something that defines today's lion pride leaders. DNA and morphological studies eventually granted it its own species name, Panthera Atrox, often translated as the cruel panther. Genetic evidence points to its origin from a population of Eurasian cave lions that migrated to North America and became isolated roughly 340,000 years ago, trapped south of the glacial sheets during a period of intense climatic changes in the Pleistocene epoch. Over thousands of years, these lions evolved in near complete isolation, developing traits suited for the diverse terrains of North America, from icy plains to dry grasslands. While the African lion may be its closest living cousin, the American lion's divergence goes back somewhere between 500,000 to nearly 2 million years. A blink in geological time, but long enough for nature to sculpt an apex predator like no other. Now, let's talk size. The American lion was approximately 25% larger than today's African lions. That number alone is staggering, but the real shock lies in the weight of some of these animals. Most males weighed between 351 to 420 kilograms, or around 770 to 930 pounds. Already, that's heavier than the biggest tigers or lions we know today. But then came a discovery in 2012, a massive specimen estimated at 523 kilograms, or 1,153 pounds. That's equivalent to 8 adult men. Only one other cat could rival it, Smilodon populator, a massive saber-toothed predator of South America. But even Smilodon usually topped out at around 470 kilograms. By mass alone, the crown of the largest cat in history belongs to Panthera Atrox. What's even more astonishing is that this enormous animal wasn't sluggish. Despite its weight, The American lion retained the feline trademark, speed and agility. It could likely reach sprinting speeds of over 30 miles per hour, about 48 kilometers per hour. That's enough to chase down fleet-footed prey like bison and elk. The build of this predator indicates it's specialized in ambush hunting. Powerful muscles and dense bones gave it the strength to overpower prey in seconds, while long legs allowed explosive bursts of speed. Fossils back this up. A preserved bison carcass known as Blue Babe, discovered in Alaska, bears deep claw marks and bite wounds, matching those of Panthera Atrox. Even more revealing are sites like Natural Trap Cave in Wyoming, where researchers found bones of various prey species bearing damage consistent with lion predation. These weren't random attacks. This was a calculated, efficient killer, but its true power extended beyond brute force. Fossil evidence points to fascinating insights about its social behavior and territory management. While modern African lions claim ranges of 100 to 200 square kilometers per pride, the American lion may have ruled over areas as large as 500 square kilometers. Given their size and the prey needed to sustain them, this massive range was likely a necessity. Their social groups, too, seem to have been different. While African lions form large prides of up to 15 members, the American lion likely operated in smaller, more lethal units. Fossil sites in Florida and California show groupings of 4 to 6 adult lions, still working together but in tighter, more efficient bands. This allowed them to take down large prey without overtaxing their environment. Even their dens tell a story. In caves across the western US, including the Grand Canyon region, deep claw marks were found high on the walls, over 3 meters up. Only an animal of extraordinary height and power could leave such traces. These caves also contain bones of young lions, suggesting multi-generational occupation and communal cub raising, much like modern lions. Now let's talk weaponry. The American lion's bite was among the most devastating in feline history. With a bite force estimated at 1,800 pounds per square inch, 3 times that of today's lions, it was a force of nature. Its canines, around 10 centimeters or 4 inches long, could pierce bone and sever limbs. In fact, at La Brea tar pits, scientists discovered the femur of a gray wolf, cleanly broken in half. It wasn't from decay or scavenging. It was the result of a single devastating bite. The wolf lived long enough to show signs of healing, but the damage speaks volumes about the force this predator could unleash. Perhaps most surprising of all was the brain power of this prehistoric giant. The skull of Panthera Atrox shows a notably large brain case, indicating a high level of intelligence. Given what we know about modern big cats, this likely translated into excellent problem-solving skills, keen environmental awareness, and advanced hunting strategies. One clue to this intelligence comes from an odd absence. American lions are rarely found in natural traps like tar pits. Smilodons and dire wolves appear frequently in these sites, drawn in while scavenging or hunting. But American lions, they seem to avoid them, suggesting they could detect and steer clear of such hazards, an evolutionary advantage that likely extended their reign. Their territory spanned from Alaska in the north to central Mexico in the south, across forests, grasslands, and cold plains. They shared this land with mammoths, mastodons, and human hunter-gatherers. Evidence of their presence can even be seen in ancient cave art, suggesting that early humans not only feared them, but revered them, perhaps even weaving them into legend. But even the greatest fall. Around 12,800 years ago, the American lion vanished, along with many of North America's megafauna. This mass extinction coincides with the end of the last ice age and a wave of human migration into the Americas. With changing climates and increased hunting pressure, prey species dwindled, and without enough food, even the most fearsome predator cannot survive. Yet their legacy remains, not just in bones and fossils, but in the stories we piece together from them. They remind us that before humans rose to dominate the land, other kings ruled with tooth and claw. If this ancient beast left you breathless, honor its legacy with a like. Is there another prehistoric creature you'd like to explore next? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe to Timeburied, and we'll see you in the next video.